Annyeonghaseyo.
I'm Demarshlee.
I'm Aria.
And we're
Soju for Two.
Okay, so this is going to be our weekly recap of the 4 main things we're watching at the moment that we've been watching for a couple of weeks now.
And I just realized that all of these shows are 20 episodes. For some reason, we thought some of them were 16 because usually they're 16. But these are all 20 episodes, so we still have 4 more episodes which is really exciting for us because a lot of these shows are so good we don't want them to end.
Yeah, and then Love Reign's the only one that started later than the others. Okay, so we're going to do them again in the rank of the ones that we like the most to the ones we like the least this week. And I feel like it's pretty similar from last week. So the first one is Love Reign. And
this week it was great.
Yeah, we're obsessed with this show. We're obsessed with the acting. I mean, everything about it. And so kind of like to catch up on what's going on. Obviously, it's very intense, but what's happening is he's being less of, like, the jerky nature that he was being, kind of trying to, like, sabotage their relationship, and kind of admitted that he has feelings for her, but what are they going to do about these feelings, you know, and she finds out now about her mother and his father's relationship.
And you had, like, some really interesting moments, like when they went to the hotel, and he was, like, sort of still being a jerk, and then he realizes, no, he loves her, he's going to hold her hand, and,
really sweet.
You know, I think he's just... These characters are so complex, as well as the parents, like, dynamic. And the parents' dynamic is really good.
Interesting,
We thought we were going to, like, completely ignore that, but I feel like it's really compelling, and it's something that we enjoy watching, which I didn't think we felt like that was going to happen. Also, the sunbae and the doctor. What is this?
I know, it really is like a love square instead of just a triangle, and obviously the doctor hasn't really, like, made his moves on her.
But he loves her.
But yeah, clearly, like, he's, like, crying while she's talking, so obviously he has some sort of, like, emotional attachment to her.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not married, so I would take him. Yeah. Like, that would happen. Marsh, on the other hand, she can't make those claims.
I just love what he's wearing with his pastels and cuteness.
And his cardigans. And
I'm wearing mint green in homage to all of the cute spring fashion we're watching in all these adorable shows right now.
Yeah, seriously. And then also the sunbathing, I mean, he's just become, like, great, and he just keeps, like, being her, like, I guess
he's a good second lead,
Knight,
but I think, like, he's not really enough of a lead. Like, I would like to see more with him, maybe it's just because we like him, but I'd like to see more of his acting. And we saw him in Bachelor Vegetable Garden, and, you know,
store, maybe.
And he definitally had some of, like, a role in that, but not as much. We can't wait till
we want to see him as a lead. I think he would be a great lead.
And I just want to mention, too, we talked about in the beginning of Love Reign how it was really cinematic, like, it was really interestingly filmed. Whereas I feel like it's losing a little bit of that in the modernness, but which makes me feel like the beginning was a different story. So I do like that this, you know, I know that could be a negative for some people, but for me it feels like this drama is kind of continuing in a different way. Yeah. So it's almost like it's a spin-off inside the drama.
Within the drama.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, there's 2 sort of different feelings in the way it's being shot, but that kind of, I think that's the modern thing. We really like it. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Rooftop Prince, which is our second favorite this week. And we had so much going on with the character development, and I think because we're getting close to the end, we're starting to see, again, more reveal of sort of the plot, the sister dynamic, Taemu's sort of being the big villain. We have Yu-chun's character really exploring, like, being both.
So he's been playing, obviously, the role of the rich, you know, son, but he is now playing that role again, double. You know, we know that the main character who we thought was dead was in a coma, and now, you know, he's back in the situation, so that's good, but obviously it creates a little bit of problems for Yu-chun's character. So you know, he's sort of playing double roles. And what's kind of interesting, really heart-wrenching at the beginning of this one is the main female lead thinks that they have gone back to Joseon.
Oh my gosh, I was so sad for her.
Yeah, so I was really sad about that. But then you find out that, you know, that's not exactly what happened.
And she knows it's him, and there's a kiss.
It's really good. But, I mean, a lot of what's happening in this issue is you're seeing Taemu's character really just become vicious and the evilness. I mean, we know the end of the second episode ends up with him kidnapping her. So I guess what's really happening here for us is, like, the kind of, we've been waiting for him to be kind of declared the villain, and we were worried that she was going to be declared the villain, but it seems like he's really going to get, you know, to be the villain, and obviously he's the bad guy. And a lot more is revealed about sort of their sister relationship, that, you know, we think that they're just stepsisters. Maybe it's, you know, more than that, and I think that's going to be really interesting to see how that finish plays out. Because in Joseon, they were biological sisters.
So we have a lot developing in that. And their next show is Kingdom Hearts. So Kingdom Hearts, we'd have to say, has always been one of our favorites. This week, it ended up being a great favorite. Like, it got back to the suspense. We like a little bit more of the love. But it sort of started out with the military stuff, which is, I think, a big part of the show. Not really our favorite part.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of like, I guess it's hard for us to watch, like, them speaking English and stuff, because it's a little confusing. and with the army guys and stuff like that. It wasn't exactly
Well, there are parts of that are kind of like, we feel like, oh, the Americans are so horrible on the show. And like,
but they weren't that bad. I mean, they ended up being friends and stuff like that, so it could have been worse. Yeah. But, you know, with this one, I think, like, there's an engagement ceremony, which we really enjoyed. Yes. There's a really good kiss with that.
I didn't like her dress very much, though.
No, but it was just for the engagement, so.
Hopefully there's a good wedding dress.
And then you have, like, a confession with his sister and the main guard. Yeah, so that's obviously, you know, something
we were waiting for that. We really like the guard. We think he's great.
And then, obviously, the end ends up with the villain being more villainous, and he kidnaps the mother and the main female lead. And I guess that's, for us, like, you know, we knew it had to go somewhere like this because it seems like it was going too well. You know, they're getting to be engaged, and the WOC competition went really well, so I guess that's the issue. We're just hoping it kind of ends up being, you know, more positive. We know it's going to be suspenseful from here on out.
It'll be suspenseful, but I have a good feeling about
it. No, I know it's going to be suspenseful right till the end. That's kind of the nature of this drama, but we really like, you know, where it's at. It's this third, I think, this week for us because of, like, some of the action that we're just not as interested in. I'm not saying everyone wouldn't be interested in that, but for us, it's not our main thing.
Not a big one.
Okay, Fashion King.
Okay, so Fashion King this week actually didn't disappoint.
No.
It's just still at the bottom of our list. And I think that we had an amazing kiss this week. And actually, I think that was really what's the best.
I mean, that was kind of building up. Like, you know, the main female lead and the main male lead, you knew they were going to have to get together at some point. And this is when it happens. And I feel like for us, we're still stuck on being completely team J-Hook. We just think that, you know, kind of at the end of this, you're seeing the main male lead really, you know, kind of trying to buy her affection. And for us, that's an issue. And
it was interesting because it seemed like that would be J-Hook, and it's not J-Hook. And it's really interesting. So can we talk for a minute about his turquoise suit?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Really? That was awesome.
So that turquoise suit, I actually was watching it. My husband was sitting next to me, and I'm like, do you think this is fashionable? And he's like, no. But he liked the green suit with the black, so... But, I mean, that's kind of wild. Like, he was wearing it on the plane to New York. Yeah. Wild. I've never seen a guy dressed like that, so I wish I would.
I kind of really loved it, and I want to see more guys in
he's wearing, like, dandelion, sunflower on his
tie.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's really, really fashionable, that one. And then also, so the kiss scene, hopefully we'll have a best kiss of that coming up soon, so stay tuned for that video. And then I think that's basically, there was some weird acting at the end. Yeah. I feel like his character was I don't know, there's some weird things going on when he was, like, realizing that she got a promotion, and there's parts of the show that I just feel like the acting isn't what I want it to be, or it's just, like her facial expressions as well. Like, I don't always feel like it makes sense.
I guess we were waiting for him. We saw him in Sung Kyun Kwan, the main male lead. We were waiting for him to get, like, a leading role. And I don't feel like he's doing the best job with this one. So I definitely want to see him in something else. We obviously loved him in Sung Kyun Kwan. Yeah. But I don't know if this was the role for him. I mean, I feel like I like the other guy better, and I don't want to like the other guy better because I want to like him better. He's the main lead. You know, he's supposed to be the one who came from nothing and is accomplishing stuff. So I guess that's kind of our issue with Fashion King. We just aren't rooting for the guy we're supposed to be rooting for.
But it was a great kiss. It was a great kiss. So they get a lot of points this week.
All right, thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.